We are Flake, Rose, and Spears, and we are Supremely Black, dropping content that matters. How y'all doing this week, fellas?
Man, doing all right. Big kinfolk J.Flake. Dog, I was able to get away for a little while, get out of Nashville for a little while. Busted a little family trip to the Myrtle Beach. Got a little condo with our little circle of people, and man, was able to put my feet in that sand and that ocean water and just clock out for a little while, man. I turned down a couple shows and some other stuff. I need that little refresher to get away and kick it and clown and cook and be around family and joke and just sit out and look at the waves and let it be peaceful. So I had an outstanding last weekend. Man, I ain't gonna front.
Big money, big money. I see
it.
Definitely must be nice, but yeah, this D-Rose, man, I had a pretty good week as well. So since I had some family, I had to go to the beach and didn't let nobody know. We gonna spew, don't point no elbows or nothing, but you know, yeah, it's kinfolk J.Flake. They decided to go to Myrtle Beach. So what I end up doing, man, I went to the beach in Galveston, man. Got me a little getaway. Went down there, chilled, put my feet in the sand, enjoyed something, just hearing the ocean waves. Read a little bit, so it was a cool little getaway. Went Myrtle Beach, but you know we did good. You know what I'm saying? That was it. So it's been a good week, man. I can't complain at all. What about you, Spirit?
Let me find out you went down there with somebody. Let me find out.
I don't know that.
Hundred time champ.
He meant to say put our feet in some sand, not my feet.
Right.
No, I was dolo, man. I was dolo.
Oh, okay. You was dolo. All right. Okay.
I was dolo, man.
Nah, but my week was good. Came back home, got to see my kids, spend time with my kids and everything. Got to spend some time with my family and stuff and friends and everything. So that was a blessing and everything. Life happened, so I had another loved one pass, but it is what it is, you know. You never get accustomed to death, but again, you know it's inevitable and there's nothing you could do about it. So, you know, you just thankful that they're on and they're not dealing with the pain no more, whatever struggle or you know, pain or whatever it is that they was dealing with at that time. So rest in peace to my aunt. She will be missed, but everything is good and everything. So with that, but my week has been pretty good outside of that and everything. So I just been having a blast and chilling and whatnot. So my week's been good.
Condolences and prayers goes out to the fam as y'all hold strong and I guess look at it from a positive perspective. They're not here to struggle anymore, and I always question sometimes if they're in a better place than we are, like the old folks say. So, you know, condolences and prayers definitely with your family, though, brother.
Appreciate it, brothers. Appreciate it. You could go ahead and jump into the topic, whichever one of y'all want to dive into it first or whatnot, and y'all can lead the conversation.
Yeah, Flake can kind of introduce it, so I'll let him pop it off for us.
This week, we're going to take it a little light. Every once in a while, we got to take a mental break and take stuff a little light, even though it's going to still have some validity to it as well.
Time out before we start. Rest in peace to the true king.
Oh, yes, sir.
Chadwick Boseman. I'm not gonna say we forgot, but we let it slip our mind last time to give our respect to the king, to the representation of a black leader, king, and excellence in a movie as a lead, and to give our kids a representation that we could be superheroes too, or that we are superheroes and that we are leaders and we are kingly. So rest in peace to the man. And then when you seen the stories and all the little things that came out after he passed, like he did this for 4 years and really didn't nobody know. And he kept his mouth closed. So he was training. He was, you know, on set for these long extended hours. He was doing all this other stuff. And, you know, barely anybody knew of his trial that he was going through at that time, and then to also know that he was dealing with that, but then going to, you know, a St. Jude's hospital or hospitals like that for children who have similar cancer ailments as he did, and he still didn't tell nobody, and he was just there giving back or whatnot. So a testament to him. Rest in paradise, King, and we honor you, and we're sorry that, you know, we didn't give you your roses as far as Supremely Black while you was here, but better late than never. And so we just respect you and appreciate everything that you did for us. If y'all got something to add to it, y'all can.
Yeah, it was amazing to me to find out he had done at least 4 or 5 movies during this process of having cancer, which was something great in itself. He didn't look for any sympathy. He wasn't around here like most movie stars do and all on TV with it and woe is me. He just kept grinding, kept hustling. He kept doing whatever it is he wanted to do. In his mind, I'm going to defeat it, so with no need for all that. He was, in the beginning, he was about to start training for the Black Panther 2 when he passed away. So to me, it seemed like it gave me a little motivation of no excuses. No excuses when you tired and I got to do a comedy show. No excuses when I'm tired and I got to do something else I got going on. I don't feel like it. Nah, we and D Rose can contest to this. We had a homeboy that was fighting leukemia and other things going on, and we seen him battle through that. And boy, it's not a pretty sight when you going through there and you getting radiation and everything else. It's just not a pretty sight at all. And looking at them battle through it to make you be like, you know what, I want to rest for the rest of the day. You know, so shout out to him. We appreciate what he's done. I don't know who gonna play our black superheroes anymore, because it was him and somebody else that played like every important black person on every movie. For those who thinking that Black Panther 2 won't, if there won't be T'Challa for the next Black Panther, I'm sorry to tell you, but that movie will continue on with another character playing Black Panther. It's just too much money. The comic book is extremely too long for that. I'm shooting for John David Washington myself as being the next Black Panther. So hopefully a good brother like that can get it. He just got an action movie right now, so that kills all questions. Can't do an action movie. His new movie is called Tenet. So, but rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman. Every story I've heard, he's been this just outrageously nice guy and humble and down to earth, and his parents are the same way. So rest in peace to him. He will truly be missed. A great king, one of our kings remembered in time with the work he's done and the smiles he put on little boys and little girls' faces of all different races with the Black Panther movie. Yeah. And told all those other stories, the Jackie Robinson story and all the other great stories.
James Brown.
No, I didn't like him as James Brown. I'll be honest. I really didn't like him as James Brown. But it was a good movie, though.
I liked him as James Brown. I actually liked him as James Brown. What was the Thurgood Marshall?
Yep, Marshall. Yep.
Yeah, Thurgood Marshall, James Brown, Jackie Robinson. Yeah.
Yeah. I would definitely just echo everything that you all had mentioned. I just really would, thank him for his perseverance and just the representation that he was to the Black community, because they meant a lot. He played a lot of significant figures that we've all looked to that are very impactful and just left a legacy that continues to live on exactly the same way that he. So definitely, rise in power, but that definitely gives us something and another example of just to never give up, and you got to continue to keep pushing, even when you're faced with your life at any time. And that with that extreme adversity of just knowing that he kept fighting, and really you couldn't see it. He never showed it, never talked about it, so that's highly respectable. But just thanks for his perseverance and what he meant to us outside of being an actor, but just really being that example outside of the movie of just being an icon that people want to model their life after. So definitely rise in power.
Yes, sir. Now, my fault, Flake. You could continue with where you was gonna go.
Oh no, but one more thing before I go there. Also, in this situation right here, to let you know that folks be letting TMZ and everybody in their business. They went 4 years without letting this out. I'm talking. He had to go to the doctor, hospital, all that. Nobody said a single word within those 4 years. So they let me know, as people, you let out the business you want to let out. You know, you let out all that TMZ caught me when all that slipping and all this, and this was leaked, that was leaked. Now you allowing it to be leaked, and then you come back and say, oh yeah, there was leaked, or they caught me. No.
Or
Like
you tell
news, like
stuff that you had no business telling, and they leaking it,
right.
but you're still telling people that you shouldn't be telling stuff too.
Yeah, and because you know they're gonna leak it, because it's hard to hide an illness like that. It's hard to hide an illness like that. Hard, because you got to go out and do a whole bunch of stuff. So, but going on to a lighter note, man, before we go into the main topic, I just got to talk about this. I this ain't no slander on women, because y'all deserve to get what y'all get. But Dr. Dre's wife asking for this $2 million per month has really rocked my mind. Not the fact that she asked for $2 million, because Dr. Dre worth $900 million. So I'm like, all right, she wants $2 million per month. All right, this lifestyle she living. But the breakdown of it is what got me really tripped. Number one thing is, old as you is, you talking about you want $60,000 in tuition? You got that much money. What education you need at this point? Let me tell you something. If I'm married, if my wife is worth $900 million, I ain't going to school nowhere. I ain't further no education. And then $60,000 per month education. What is you buying Harvard? Is Harvard coming to your house to teach you for that amount of money? Who is coming? You're flying in all the professors to LA to teach you? Is this what we doing? Like, what books you need for $60,000 a month? Hold on. Entertainment, $900,000. Y'all tell me who? Look, I got a Michael Jackson shirt. She is digging up Michael Jackson from the grave for him to come back and perform each month for $900,000. That's what she's doing. Michael, some bitches are crap. You got Stevie. You flying in Stevie Wonder. Dave Chappelle giving you a one-time comedy show in your own house, just you and him. Like $900,000 entertainment.
She throwing some ones too somewhere. She got to be.
Man, got to be doing something. Got to be. She could have stayed a pipe with $900,000 entertainment. If y'all watch, this for my people who watch P Valley. She could have stayed a pipe with this. Then hold on. Now the only thing that makes sense is the mortgage, $100,000. I'm sure you worth $900 million. Your mortgage probably is $100,000 per month. But the other craziest thing.
They probably pay that house off.
It might be. I don't. They might got multiple houses. I don't know. That's the only thing that was kind of like, But then she says she wants $125,000 in charitable contributions per month. You is charity. What are you talking about? I got to give you money to give to somebody else? No. How about you just call and tell me, say we should donate to this cause, and I do it on my own? Ma'am, you is charity right now. You are the charity. Why should I give you $125,000 per month for charity? If you want your $2 million, just say you want your $2 million, but this breakdown looking real ridiculous to me. And maybe it looked ridiculous to me because I'm broke. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's way past my pay scale. You know what I'm saying? So maybe because I'm broke, I don't understand. But
yeah, when I just kind of felt like that's something that you do from the heart, that's given towards a good cause. So if you're actually getting the money, I wouldn't even mention that I want an allowance for charity. It's more or less I gave it out the goodness of my heart to X, Y, and Z at the end of the year. If I use it as a tax write-off, I do. But just to have a budget to spend on charity, that takes away the purpose. To me, the type of person I am.
Who get that blessing, first of all? If I give you money to give to charity, who get the blessing, me or you?
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
God gonna be like, hey, we just gonna split that between both of y'all, I guess. I don't know who getting the credit for this.
Right. That's crazy. Best of luck to him in that situation, brother. Anybody else dealing with it?
I don't think she's gonna get it, honestly. But I mean, hey, they say shoot for the moon, so when you miss, you land amongst the stars. So I guess that's what she's doing.
But they also
That's
say
what
it's
she
cheap
doing.
for the keeper. So,
Man,
so hey, damn that moon. Yeah.
2 million and we ain't even divorced yet. You want 2 million per month and we ain't even divorced yet? Hey,
Man.
hey, just take this $7-10 million house and do whatever you want to do with it. Sell it, whatever you want to do, and then I'll see some little change on the side. Like I said, women, I ain't. If she deserved the money, she was better off saying, "Hey, he beat my ass. I want 2 million per month." All right, cool. But this breakdown looking real crazy.
Yeah.
This breakdown looking real crazy. But to get to the main subject, NFL is back, sports is back, and they are doing some things. Really, the NFL, I'm surprised that they are doing the things they're doing. They are putting in the end zone, Black Lives Matter in one end zone, and the other end zone, I think they put end racism. They put end racism in one end zone, Black Lives Matter in the other end zone, and then the back of the helmets, the little white part in the back of the helmets, where you won't cut your neck on the helmet, the little padding right there. You can put phrases on there as well, like the NBA is doing on the back of their jerseys, like equality, or you can put names of victims on the back of, you want to put Brown Taylor on the back of your helmet, is that and the other. They allow them to do that as well. The first game of the season, Kansas City Chiefs and the Texans, they came out in unity and had a moment of silence to end for social equality. As before the game started, some teams are saying the Texans didn't come out for the national anthem, so they just sat in the locker room till it was over when it came out. The Chiefs, they stayed out there, standing in unity, and I'm just really surprised to even see Roger Goodell to come out and say, "Hey, we made a mistake, and we about to rectify the mistake." And I didn't know this either. I didn't know that he actually went and did the work. Some people talk bad about Roger Goodell, but when they did the interview not too long ago, he actually went and did the work. He actually did a police ride, and talked to the police officers and went out and talked to the disenfranchised people in neighborhoods and, and tried to build a gap between the police and those people and asked some of the people how you feel about the police. And they turn around and talk to the police like, why are you doing some of the things you're doing? Do you think you need more trainers than others? So he actually went out there and did work with some of the players and did these ride-arounds and walked around these neighborhoods and black neighborhoods and talked, shook hands with people. And that wasn't just lip service. He had video of it. So, I mean, he actually did it. So I don't give him too much grief. He might have been wrong, but you can't be mad at a person that might have been wrong at one point in time, but then go out and say, okay, what's the big fuss about? Maybe it's something I don't understand, and actually go sit down with people and actually go touch hands and actually go out there and do the work. So I feel like a lot of people going to get mixed feelings about the NFL. It's going to be so, like, when we, like black people saying we're not watching NFL, we boycott the NFL when Colin Kaepernick got blackballed. I got feelings going to be some people on our side going to say we boycott the NFL because we tired of seeing it. So I just want to get y'all guys' thoughts on that. See how you feel, because a lot of people, they felt a certain way about the NFL, but now it seems like the NFL took them a while, but it seems like they getting the picture. And Roger Goodell did this because he worked for the owners. He did this. He didn't even talk to the owners. He did this on his own and pretty much said, "Skip what y'all owners think. This is the right thing to do." So, just want to get y'all fellas' thoughts on that.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a step in the right direction, especially since this wasn't something that he had went just extremely public with and kind of got his feet on the ground to really see what was going on. I think that's huge. That says a lot. Just not completely content with it just as of yet, just to kind of see exactly since he does work for the owners, is how is he going to flex that same thought process and influence them to actually take those same action steps, because we do know that these are billionaire owners that have a lot of political power, have a lot of friends in high power places that could really change some things like the prison reform. Also, a fact that the NFL, I think, gets anywhere from like 5 to 10 million a year for giving a salute to the soldiers, which is something that they get. So that's still goes against it because we all know, like we spoke about before, what the national anthem actually means and some of the verbiage that's in it that is disrespectful to us, particularly. So it's just really, I think it's a good step in the right direction. But I do support the players that are still standing firm in regards to not coming out for the national anthem because there's been a lot of fluff around it. Is, hey, let's get out and let's be supportive and let's stand in unity. But it's kind of hard to say that we're unified when there's several things that we can kind of talk about that doesn't show the unity and that the same breaks that everybody else gets. So definitely step in the right direction, but still ready to see what some of the things is really going to change because we need to change really with police brutality. We really need to tap into what's going on with the prison reform and get some of those things changed that are really impacting our communities and not just the lip service because we've seen and heard that before, but what's really going to take place? Are these owners really going to back their players or are they just going to keep fluffing over it until we're done with another 16-game season? Then we're talking about the Super Bowl again, and then they slowly fade away until the summertime before it kicks back up again. So just want to see what happens for real. What's your thoughts, Spirit?
My fault. It took forever for me to unmute, but
All right.
I kept clicking it, but it wasn't working. But as far as me, I agree with what both of y'all brothers said or whatnot. My thing is, and to be honest and to be transparent, I was one of the ones who gave a lot of flack to Roger Goodell that he might have not deservingly deserved, because when you do go back over and see what he has done, when you do go back over and realize that, you know, he has spoken out, but owners haven't, when you go back and realize the order of the NFL, he works for the owners. So therefore, a lot of the things that happened when the whole cap thing originated wasn't really his call. He was just basically a puppet getting ran by the puppet masters. And of course, he is the commissioner and a lot of things fall down on him, but his whole job title is to make sure that the owners don't get out of hand and that the NFL as a brand is ran to the best of its possibility. So he's kind of like a checks and balance guy, but then he's also a puppet. So a lot of times when things happen in the past, we would go at Roger Goodell and say, whatever word you wanted to use. And so, and that wasn't deservingly so. But now, with what they're doing, I appreciate, I respect it. It is a little late, but like I said again with the whole Chadwick Boseman thing, better late than never. They're appreciating what Cap did now, and they're giving him his respect for doing what he did and being the catalyst to bring the attention to social justice and injustices and lack of equity and equality in America to Black and brown and colored people. However, I do think that there is still a lot of work to be done and that they are on the right path and they just need to keep going with it. As far as the whole, you know, boycotting thing, I was never with it in the first place because my whole thing is, why are we boycotting something that the man who started the protest and was outcasted is still trying to get into? So he was still trying to be an employee of something that we as Black people are boycotting. That really didn't make sense to me. And then also when 70%, if not more now, of the NFL is our people, why would we hurt our people to, because they still got families to live in. And as we was talking about with the whole joking thing about, you know, Dr. Dre's wife and Dr. Dre, when you make certain money, you live a certain lifestyle. And so therefore you can't just cut that lifestyle off and say, oh, I can't pay my mortgage, or I can't, pay the private school that my kids are going in, or whatever the case may be. You need them funds to live your life because you're living a certain lifestyle, because you do have certain access. So it really never made sense for when people would say they were boycotting the NFL. I didn't disagree with them because that was their prerogative and that was their opinion and that was their right. But I respected their decision, but I didn't necessarily understand the whole gun-ho decision to boycott when so many of us consume the NFL, or, what makes up the NFL. But like I said, I do feel like they're headed in the right direction. They're doing great things. This does make the whole Jay-Z thing as well seem more than just a PR thing and more than just a, PR stunt or whatever the case may be. And from the things that's happening, like the commercial came out a long time ago, but since this is the first game of the NFL season, with the commercial of all the black NFL players, saying, I am George Floyd, I am Breonna Taylor, I am, and all this other stuff, that's, excuse me, that's just powerful and impactful. And so I do hope that they keep pushing this narrative forward and they do more and they continue the good work that Cap started, and it just don't get lost in the sauce. And I do hope that they hold owners accountable, they hold GMs accountable, they hold the higher ups in the NFL accountable. And I do have to commend and give Roger Goodell his appreciation too for realizing the error of his ways, because even if he wasn't in agreement with what the owner said, he abided by what they pushed. And so he kept his mouth closed. But now he's come out to say, enough is enough. And you can't do nothing but appreciate a man, like you said, Flake, for coming out and saying I was wrong for the stance or the lack of stance that I took with this situation.
Well said, well said. I agree with that. Then the next thing, Madden, for those gamers out there, they are putting Colin Kaepernick back on the Madden game, where he is a player you can use to play in franchise mode, pick him up as a free agent, let him be the face of your franchise and whatnot. So EA Sports, good job of doing that. They've done a good job of also, when you create a player, putting the, social injustice stuff you add on to your player, and your Black Lives Matter on your face mask, this, that, and other. So shout out to them. I ain't gonna lie though, I felt it was kind of cheesy that his signature celebration is the fist in the air. I was like, I like it, but that's kind of cheesy, you know what I'm saying? It was real cheesy, but I mean, at least they did that. A lot of people was complaining about his rating. I think they gave him a rating of 81. They're still starting quarterback rating on Madden. I mean, I think he like the 15th to 16th best quarterback on the game. So you really can't complain about that. I mean, from when he left NFL, I would say it's probably the right rate, probably between anywhere from 81 to 83, 84. So I see people trying to make some changes and realize I'm just hoping, like we spoke about a few episodes ago, this ain't nothing. Y'all just hopping on the train because it's hot right now. Now continue to do this. This won't be the last time we had this conversation. It won't be last time if something happened. I'll be posting something on our Instagram here probably tomorrow morning where I don't know if y'all. I said we was gonna keep this light, but damn it, it's just on the top of my mind. Where a police officer went to a hotel where they called the police and said, "Hey, somebody harassing." They gave a description of being a white male. And he had this on. But Lord and behold, soon as he sees the first person he sees is a black man, he points the gun at him, makes him get down on his knees and question him. Now it wasn't even 5 minutes ago they told you this was a white man. And the first black person you see, you question him and point the gun at him. Then you go search somewhere else after you realize he worked there, let him go. Go somewhere else, open the door, guess what? Another black man. And guess what he do? Point the gun at him. Player. Yeah. The person you looking for long gone now.
Yeah. And the first person was actually an employee of the place, of the hotel. So I guess the white description that they gave with the guy with the gun wasn't more important than to people that had no idea why you was pointing guns at them. But we off there. We just gonna kind of let that relax this week.
Yeah.
But in that last night, and I'm like, let me go on and put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I'm not gonna let the devil be busy again. That's crazy. I guess black and white look the same too. I guess. I guess. Yeah. White man, yep. Flake fits the description. Like, right. That's crazy.
Yeah. And
I mean, I've had that happen to me. I don't know if y'all had it happen before. Not white, but I've been harassed and pulled over, and they was looking for somebody who just robbed a map code in a black car. They had on the white T-shirt and some jeans, and I was in a red car with a tank top and basketball shorts on because we just got done playing basketball and was sweating and got straight harassed and questioned. And I heard it on the radio, the description. I was like, bro, why are you even pulling me over? Why are we even having this conversation? This is the wrong car, the complete wrong description. But somehow me and my homeboys are the one. Y'all looking for two people, it's four of us in the car. Well, for some reason, we the ones getting harassed and pulled over and trying to search the car and everything else. But
Yeah.
And then we had another black brother murdered in DC, and that video is something else because I don't understand how his gun got almost 300 yards away. But we said we're gonna keep it light, so I ain't even gonna.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right now. Please. Yes, thank you.
We'll talk about that another time or whatnot. But it's just it's not stopping. So that's all I gotta say as far as that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But to tie the loop, this is why what the players that are standing for what Roger Goodell says that he's standing for, this is why so many people are in support of it, but also looking at it from a distance of saying we really need to see change, because if not, all we're seeing is fluff, and you're just really banking financially off of our everyday pain that we go through, because the Black Lives Matter and all this that you can put on jerseys, we all know that could turn into, or has already turned into financial gain for the NBA, NFL, anybody else that wants to support it. So we just have to be mindful of that. It's still just as very important as we watch it to still support your small black businesses, your black businesses, to keep that dollar circulating, because we understand that is the power. And why do we understand that? Because everybody's on board with putting Black Lives Matter on anything, because they know for a fact you're going to buy it out of your pain. So just still keep mindful of that, but that's why we're watching it, to see, is this just lip service to keep the dollar circulating and cover yourself? Or are we really going to see some change? So our podcast could not be about our own people getting killed, or anybody getting killed by police that y'all feel that is, boom, there it is. Best way to say it.
Right.
Like, we really see some change. So that's it, to kind of tie that loop. We won't get into anything else.
Yeah. Going back to light, what's y'all picks for the Super Bowl? Who y'all got? Super Bowl matchup. I know it's early, but preseason Super Bowl matchup, and who gonna win it all?
I would say, as we close it out, I'm a diehard Broncos fan, but I'm also a realist. So I have the Ravens versus the Buccaneers, with Lamar Jackson bringing home his first ring and defeating Tom down in Tampa to end the little Cinderella story that everybody just hopes to happen. So I'm going to go with the take down the GOAT.
All right.
Yeah. I would say Cowboys, but I ain't been drinking in 2 weeks, so I ain't that foolish.
Always a hater, man.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm going to let you go, Flake, just because the way he said. So I'm going to let you go.
Hey, mine going to be simple. Ravens versus Cowboys. Cowboys going to win.
Yeah.
And mine's simple too. And I'm not just saying this because I'm a Cowboys fan, but I just think this year we got something special. And I think Dak is out to prove something because he pissed. And
Yep.
so,
Yep.
and then I read the article where he did. He went to therapy and everything because he lost his brother and stuff. So he in a different mental space, and I think that's just going to elevate him a little bit more. So, and I think the players around him going to galvanize around that. So I got the Cowboys versus the Patriots. Cowboys winning because I think Cam out to prove something too. And with Bill
Ooh,
Belichick and that defense, I got the Cowboys versus the Patriots. Cowboys winning.
that'll be a beautiful black Super Bowl.
Yeah, definitely.
Belichick been bragging on Cam too. Said he ain't seen a competitor like that in a long time.
I love
He
that
saying,
pairing, honestly, because people have been giving Cam flack because the way he reacts in the media. But I'm like, I think that's a match made in heaven because it's not like Belichick is the most professional person when they lose a game. On the next week.
nah,
So,
nah. He definitely gets away with. He definitely get away with stuff that other coaches can't get away with.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you know where I'm getting at.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that. Yeah. He's just a fiery competitor.
Yeah.
I mean, you find somebody that like losing, that's exactly what they is. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Cool.
That's our pick. All right, NBA Finals is about to be pretty soon. So who y'all got? Who gonna be the finals matchup? Who you got winning it all?
I got the Heat versus the Lakers, and of course LeBron will get his fourth ring.
Spears, why you making that face, dog?
Because he don't like LeBron.
No, not because of that. Because I got LeBron winning too. I got the Lakers winning too. I'm making that face because the East choice is hard, and so the Heat is a good pick, but I just don't know. I honestly got the winner of tomorrow's Game 7 going to the finals from the East. So whether it be Toronto or the Celtics, and the way that they've been balling, you really can't tell which one's going to come out. But I got them beating the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals. So one of them two teams making it to the finals, and I got the Lakers winning and LeBron getting his third MVP final for a third different team and his fourth ring ever. So.
I got the Lakers and the Celtics. I think we're gonna take it a little nostalgia back in the day, Lakers versus Celtics.
Yeah.
And I got the Lakers. I don't think them young gunners can hang with the experience that the Lakers got. I think they'll make some mistakes that'll cost them. So I'm gonna go with the Lakers and the Celtics. And it's amazing to me how the Celtics is balling without Kyrie. Lord, if anybody would have told me that, I never would have believed it. I thought they'd been playing like this with Kyrie, but no, sir. No, sir. It's a full team commitment.
But I like Kemba better than Kyrie as what he does for a team, and that's any team.
Right.
Like I like Kemba better as just a overall point guard and what he does and how he plays versus Kyrie's game. Now, Kyrie might be a better talent, but I don't think he's a better point guard, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think Kemba is just a better overall team player. Kyrie, well, this is my show. The Celtics Brad Stevens doesn't have an ISO system. He has a team system. So Kemba's always been a dog. So I'm actually glad that he's actually getting the recognition he deserves too.
Right. Yes, sir.
Understandable there.
I'm gonna go ahead since we're trying to close it out and stuff. I'm gonna do the Black Business Minute real quick and get that out the way. Sorry for being tongue tied, but the Black Business Minute this week is Red Bay Coffee. Red Bay Coffee Roasters was founded in 2014 by Kiba Conte, a renowned artist, successful food entrepreneur with deep roots in the San Francisco Bay Area. Specialty in coffee and hospitality industry. Red Bay Coffee is at the forefront of what we believe is the fourth wave of coffee, a firm commitment to ensure coffee production is not only high quality and sustainable, but a vehicle for diversity, inclusion, social and economic restoration, entrepreneurship, and environmental sustainability. We are foodies, artists, activists, community folk, and innovators who love what we do. Red Bay seeks to create unity by hiring and serving people of all backgrounds, striving to be diverse and inclusive of those who have traditionally been left out of the specialty coffee industry, especially people of color, the formerly incarcerated women and people with disabilities. And so that's Red Bay Coffee, and they're founded in San Francisco again, but you can order from them online at redbaycoffee.com. They also have a podcast. So he has a podcast too, and it's called Coffee Dojo Podcast. And with the podcast, it's a show about the intersection of leadership, culture, and creativity and bold outliers who are disrupting business as usual. Host Kiba Conte, founder of Red Bay Coffee, and renowned artist and food entrepreneur, sits down with thoughtful leaders, creators from around the world and around the block. Every week, listeners can get their Coffee Dojo fix 3 times a week as we release an episode in 3 acts, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So again, that's Coffee Dojo Podcast. And then the coffee is Red Bay Coffee. For all you coffee lovers, you can order it online and it could get shipped to you anywhere in the nation or overseas as well with the fee. But, you know, you can order online if you're not in the San Francisco area.
Bet that up. Bet that up. Our Supremely Black Person of the Week. I don't know if I did this person before, but if I did, my apologies. He deserved it again. And that's gonna go to Tyler Perry. I'm gonna give him. He has become a billionaire. But not even that is the reason why he's Supreme Black Person of the Week. Also because he has kept plenty of Black people working during this pandemic. Like, it has been plenty of Black actors working during this pandemic due to Tyler Perry. He's opened his studios up and pretty much locked you in to get these episodes knocked out. He's brought some old shows back and put some new episodes in that. He got a new TV show coming out called Bruh, and they did a whole season in like 4 days. I was like, man, that is amazing. How you do a whole season for a show in 4 days? That's a lot of work. So a lot of actors that work with Tyler Perry say it's pretty much a boot camp. Like, when a lot of actors getting their first start and they go to Tyler Perry, or something that's already starting, they just hadn't got over their hump, and they did with Tyler Perry, they say it's an acting boot camp. He expects you to know your lines day one that you step on stage. So, like, soon as you get there, you're supposed to know your lines off top. And, you know, we doing 4 and 5 shows a day. You got to know everything. So he says it's really like boot camp. So shout out to Tyler Perry, what he's done. I know he got a lot of grief for, you know, his Madea stuff, dressing up and all this, that, and the other. The thing about it is, anybody make him do that. He did that on his own. He found his niche. He found his people, and he kept attacking those people and kept feeding them with different content every week. So the story behind that, what I'm basically getting to, if you find your group of people that's gonna have your back and they love your stuff, you continue to bring it to them every week or every month or whatever you're doing, and you continue to bring them that content, it definitely can get you over the hump. So you find your people to cater to and they love you, and you continue to show that love back, you will grow. So hardworking man like Tyler Perry, man, you are Supreme Black Person of the Week. Brother, we appreciate you. We getting your roses while you still here. You putting food on a lot of people's table. You doing a lot of things that ain't never been seen before. And I can't stay in Hollywood because he ain't in Hollywood. He creating his own lane. So we appreciate you, brother. And you paved the way for a lot of people who just don't know it yet.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep. That's dope.
Yes, sir. Well, now you go ahead and close us out, Flake. Just tell the people we love y'all and thank y'all for all the support, for the views on YouTube and the continued views on the audio platforms, whatever you listening on, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor itself, or whatever you listening to us on. We appreciate y'all for watching us or listening to us, and we love y'all.
D-Rose, anything before we send them out?
He said it perfect, but for the people that are supporting on all of them, it's greatly appreciated again. For the ones that are following on YouTube, make sure that you do subscribe, like, Share some comments. We do read the feedback. We do talk about it as well. But definitely do that. Continue to spread the word. And, love and prosperity. Let's keep pushing.
All right. Before we go, Daniel Cameron, I hope you don't think I forget. You still a hoe. You still a hoe out here. So I just want you to know before we go, Daniel Cameron, you a hoe. Do your fucking job, bitch. For all my queens out there, put your crown on, tilt that thing to the side. Let them know you are a queen. For all my kings out there, put your crown on, tilt that thing to the side, and let them know you are a king. You are 3/5 of nothing. You 100% human out here, 100% black man or woman. We are supremely black. Thank y'all, and we out.